We saw you bring out the guitar right away,
right.
top 12 week. Then you promptly brought out the piano, I think, during top 9 week for Ain't No Sunshine.
I think it was top 9. Yeah.
Top 9, yeah.
You probably know more than I do.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away.
Were you trying to say, like, here's another way to differentiate myself and show that I've got additional tricks up my sleeve?
I did want to show people that I could do both. And also, like, I'd been playing around with the song on the, there's a keyboard real close to my room, and I'd been playing around with that song on the keyboard, and so I just ran with it. And, also just I thought it'd be a cool thing to do, to play 2 instruments on the show.
That began my journey of getting really angry every time you were on screen, because I never felt the judges gave you enough credit.
It's your best performance so far, well done.
And clearly, you were the best of the night that night. Did
thank
you
you.
ever feel like saying, could I get a compliment without a but, or without, qualifying it somehow?
The judges' comments or whatever, like, I thought they were nice. Most of the time they were pretty nice to me. But I took everything that they said with a grain of salt. Whether it matters or not, all I wanted to do was go out there and do my best. And I felt like that performance went really well.
Wonder this time when she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay.
I would call my friends. I was like, was it good? And they were like, yeah. So that's kind of all that mattered.
Right.
Truthfully, I actually think Kris probably lived up to the spirit of the competition the most. He actually went to a movie that obviously meant something to him and picked a song that was perfect for him.
In a similar vein, Falling Slowly, let's talk about that song choice for a second. Was that on the list of songs?
It was not on the list, and I was really surprised it got cleared, actually, because it is an obscure song, and when you think of movie songs, you don't think of that song, but actually, when you really think about it, it makes total sense because it won the Oscar, and it's very contemporary. I was thinking that week, and I was like, I don't want to do anything that's just like cheesy music.
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio and the Mist.
Exactly.
No.
Like in Sound of Music or something, and just because it's not me, and I love the movie, and I was like, why don't I just try to do that? And I was really surprised I was able to do it.
Words fall through me and always for me, and I can't react.
Were you worried at all about that song?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really worried because I didn't think hardly anybody would know it. Most people that watch American Idol are, teenagers that probably don't keep up with independent films.
Right.
But the coolest thing was, after that week, I got a present from Glenn Hansard and Margetta Arglova. They gave me a signed album of the soundtrack. They sent me a note too that said that really meant a lot that you would sing our song on the show. And
was your mind blown?
That meant more than anything. If the artist cares, then who cares what Americans
Yeah, and it's not like somebody tracking them down and saying, hey, what did you think about it? And they're being diplomatic and saying, well, yeah, it was really nice.
Well, they sent me a bunch of stuff too. They sent CDs and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
How much do you love your iTunes version of that song?
It's it didn't turn out the exact way that I wanted it to, but I do like it for sure.
Could be one for the debut album.
Yeah, maybe so.
Just a thought.
All in slowly, sing your melody, I'll sing along.
I know the show has a little bit become song arrangement idol. We're no longer in season 2 or 3 where you can just go out and sing it. But She Works Hard for the Money was insane. When you announced you were singing that, I was horrified. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to say some really bad things about Kris this week. And it turned out to be like another idol moment for you. How did you come up with that arrangement? And did you struggle with song choice that week, or was that a pretty obvious one for you? Okay.
We have to pick up the songs almost like a week ahead. And Wednesday night after the results show, I stayed up all night trying to figure out a song, and I was like, disco sucks. And I don't really want to sing anything disco. And I was kind of upset that we were doing disco, and I was just like, find a song. And I found a song that had a story in it. And that kind of meant more to me than anything. And so I was just like playing on the guitar, and all of my friends were like, dude, that's not a good song. Like, why are you singing Donna Summer? And I was like, that's the only song that makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4. Met her there in the corner, staring as she's wondering where she is. And but it's strange to her. Some people seem to have everything.
The arrangement, it just happened, just playing it, like that's how most of the arrangements turned out. Just playing on the instrument and trying to figure it out there.
Do you play them on the guitar first or the piano first, or does it depend on the song?
It probably what I did on the show. Like if I'm played it on the piano, then that's how I started it off. Or if I played on the guitar, then that's how, you know, there wasn't a piano next to the computer, so I had to play it on the guitar.
Were there voices of dissension? You know, I know that there's a team of folks you work with to get the arrangement right for the band. And did anyone say like, oh, really?
Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Michael Orland and Dorian Holly, they were really supportive of me throughout the whole competition. They said that every song that I picked was really good, and they kind of ran with it, all of them, and I thought that they were really supportive of me.
She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
It's interesting too, because in this economy and currently what's going on, it seemed like a song that made a lot of sense as well, and it sort of became less about, you know, sort of a cheesy early '80s synth line and more about an actual story.
And that's kind of what I felt like I did with a couple of songs, you know, because there's songs that have it's like a beat to them or anything like that, and you kind of forget what the song is about. Same thing with Heartless. You kind of forgot what that song was about when you listen to it, but when you like strip it down like that, you can kind of go, this song is actually, it's got a great melody, and it's just it's a cool song. It's a really great song.
Do you get a thrill out of doing that?
Yeah, I think it makes people think, and I like that.
I hear him talk, this coldest story ever told.